Hi friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. But I love him. That's insane to me. That's insane. I used to have a YouTube channel in high school that I kind of just made regular videos with, but this one I want to make strictly book focused. Over the past year to 2 years, I have gotten back into reading and fell in love with it all over again. So I thought, why not come back and make a booktube? This video is going to be a weekend read with me. I'm not exactly sure how this video is going to go. It might be all over the place, but I kind of just wanted to take you guys with me and show you what I'm reading this weekend and how much I read. The first book I'm going to be reading is Crescent City. I've actually already started this one. I'm not trying to finish it by any means, but I do want to get a good ways into it. Right now I'm 302 pages in. I'm listening to the dramatized audio while reading along, and it is so good. Crescent City in particular is very different from a lot of Sarah J Maas's other books. I've read both ACOTAR and Throne of Glass and absolutely loved them, so I was really excited to give Crescent City a try. This one does have very different world building compared to Sarah J Maas's other books. That's the reason why I'm so thankful that I'm doing the dramatized audio while reading along. I feel like it's helping me keep track of the characters and the places and the events that are happening within the book. So this is the first book we're going to be reading this weekend. The next book we're going to be reading is Daisy Haites. This is the second book in the Magnolia Parks universe. I read Magnolia Parks, I think, sometime around this time of year last year for the first time. I did enjoy it, but I didn't quite get it. I think I was just reading it too fast. I wasn't really like understanding what I was reading or like connecting with the characters. So last weekend I sat down and read Magnolia Parks again. I actually ended up loving it. I tabbed so much in that book. I actually listened to this one on audio the second time around while I was reading as well. I'm like so excited to be reading these books again, and I just think her writing is so beautiful, and I found a lot of quotes in here that I love. So this weekend we're going to be continuing with Daisy Haites. I have not read Daisy Haites. I kind of stopped with Magnolia Parks, but I am very excited to see where her story goes. I love Magnolia, but I think Daisy is probably going to be my favorite character. I think she'll also be my favorite character, and I'm gonna love these books the most because I am a Christian lover. I watch Sarah and Destiny's podcast Bookmarked, and in the podcast they said that their least favorite character from this series was Christian, which I just cannot understand because I love him so much. I think he's so misunderstood, and so I'm really excited that we get to kind of see more of him in Daisy's books. I'm also really excited to meet Julian because I've heard nothing but good things about him. So those are the two books that we're going to be reading this weekend. I will check back in with you guys as I'm reading, let you know my thoughts, and hopefully I can get a good ways into these books. It's 11:08. I'm getting ready to read again for the night, but I did just want to update you guys on how far I got into Daisy Haites. I ended up making it to chapter 8, which is about 50 pages in. So far, this book is so different from the first one. We're getting so many different point of views, and I feel like the timing is kind of weird. I don't quite know what time frame we're following. Some of the chapters, when they're in a different point of view, kind of feel like we're jumping around a time frame, and I'm not really sure what that is just yet. Christian's chapters feel like they might be more present time, but then Julian's kind of feel like they might be more past, and I'm not really sure how to decipher between those right now, but I am really enjoying it. I love listening to the audiobook. Daisy's audiobook narrator talks so fast, so I'm having to listen to it on like 2 times speed, which is taking me a little bit longer than it took me in the first one. But in this book, there's also footnotes at the bottom of each page. So as you're reading and listening to the book, you kind of have to like pay attention or look at the bottom of the page for the footnotes. But I am really enjoying it. Only 50 pages in, so not a whole lot to tell you guys about just yet. But we're gonna switch it up for the rest of the night. I am going to be reading Crescent City. Again, I'm about 300 pages in. I'm hoping to at least read like 50 more pages. The dramatized audiobook for this one is really good because you get different voices for each character, but it can be a little bit overstimulating or hard to follow because you're also hearing like the background noise and like the beeps of the phones, or like there's one character that works with Bryce in her office and she's often watching like drama TV shows while they're working. And so sometimes while you're listening to the audiobook, there will be like sounds playing in the background like a TV show. When I listen to my audiobooks, I listen with like the over the head headphones, and so you're just like listening to so many sounds at once. It can be very overstimulating. This 300 pages is equal to a whole other book, yet it is only a fraction of this one. That's insane to me. That's insane. That's all my updates for now. I'm gonna chill and read. I'll see you guys in the morning. Hi guys, it is now the next day. It is 1:06 p.m. This morning I spent my time doing laundry, cleaning up my room, organizing some of my bookshelves, but now I'm getting ready to go sit outside and read. It says it's 82 degrees outside, but I was just sitting out there and the wind is making it feel a little bit cooler. There's a nice breeze, so I feel like it's perfect reading weather. These are the two books we're obviously reading for the video, but I have some terrible news. I am such a mood reader to my core, and when I was sitting outside eating my lunch just a little bit ago, the only thing I could think about was a specific book and how badly I wanted to read it while sitting outside. I get in these moods where I just want to pick up a book and I can like finish it in a day, sitting outside doing nothing, just reading the book all day. So right now, the book that I'm wanting to pick up is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. This is just like the perfect summer read, and I feel like sitting outside on my porch, listening to the birds, feeling the breeze, this would be such a vibe. I'm gonna check my Audible and see if I have any credits to use. I think I still pay for it even though I tried to cancel it. And if I do have an Audible credit, I am gonna post these 3 books on my Instagram story, and I'm gonna ask you guys which one you think I should read, and I'll wait about 30 minutes and then I will choose. I'm gonna go finish some of my chores and then we're gonna see what you guys picked on my Instagram story. Hopefully it's this one. Okay, my poll has been up for about an hour and I'm ready to start reading. So we're gonna see what the poll results are. It looks like Daisy Hates has won, so I'm going to be reading Daisy Hates. I am so ready to start reading. I feel like I've been waiting to read all day while I've been doing my chores. So let's go sit down, let's enjoy the nice weather, and let's read my book. So I just showered after spending the day reading outside. I got about another 50 pages into the book. I think I'm on chapter 16 now. I did want to tell you guys that even though when I checked my polls after I put it up and it was up for like maybe an hour, I ended up going back and checking it, and Every Summer After actually won. I'm gonna put like a little picture of the end result up here. The way Daisy Hates was winning and then all of a sudden it took a turn and Every Summer After won. We're getting to know a lot more about our characters now that I'm a little further into the book. I'm getting to know a lot more about Daisy and Christian and their relationship. I'm finally starting to see where this book and Magnolia Parks kind of overlap. You kind of see some events that line up with each other in each book. I love understanding Daisy's family dynamic and kind of like how she grew up and why she is the way she is. I honestly just can't wait to see what happens with her and Christian, because right now it's seeming like they're really good, but I know from the first book that there's a point where they get really bad. I also just want to say I am still Christian Hem's biggest fan. If you can't tell, I just love him so much. I understand now why he is the way he is in the first book and why he maybe came off kind of as like an a-hole, but I love him. I cannot wait to see how their relationship progresses. I think tonight I'm gonna read Crescent City again like I did last night. I don't know why, but nighttime is just fantasy for me. I feel like when I'm laying in bed and it's late at night, that is my fantasy time. I'm gonna go sit outside. I'm gonna read some more of this book, so I'll update you guys when I come back. Okay, it's the next morning and the end of this reading vlog. I'm gonna give you guys one last update on the books that I read. Last night I ended up getting about 50% into Daisy Haites, and I am loving it so much. The more that I've gotten into this book, the more that I've started to realize that Daisy and Magnolia are a lot more alike than they think, and even more than I thought. They're both kind of going through the same thing, but they're in two completely different friend groups and two completely different circles, so they don't ever clash or like overlap or get to see each other, talk to each other about it or anything. But reading more of their story has definitely made me see some similarities in the things that they're feeling, the things that they're going through, all of that good stuff. I love that we're getting to see more of Julian. I think he is such a sweetheart. Like, in his core, I think he's a lover boy just based off what we see of him. He's so protective of Daisy. He's so sweet. Even when he's like being rude and being bossy, I still am just like, oh, Julian. So I definitely see where all of the love for Julian comes from. In total, I have read 202 pages of this book this weekend, and then about 80 pages of Crescent City, which isn't too bad for roughly 48 hours of reading. Today's Sunday. I'm not going to be reading much today. I think we're going to go shopping, so that's why I'm ending the vlog here. For my last update of Crescent City, I feel like I can't say too much because with fantasy books, if I say too much, then I'm spoiling it, and I do not want these reading vlogs to have spoilers in them. Overall, I'm really enjoying all of our characters. Now that I am about halfway through the book, I feel like I'm understanding the world building and the magic system a lot better now. I think all of our characters have really good banter, and Bryce especially, she is so witty and so funny. I just love how she claps back to Hunt. You'll get to know Hunt when you read the series, but he's kind of this like large figure who's like very intimidating. Everyone's scared of him, and Bryce is not. Bryce is not afraid of him. She is not afraid to put him in his place, which I absolutely love. And now that I'm halfway through the book, I can see our characters start to form a connection and a relationship. They're starting to trust one another, and they're starting to go through things together and kind of lean on each other, which I again love to see. I also love that this book is kind of like a crime or like mystery. Our characters are following something big that has happened, and they're kind of trying to put the pieces together and figure out what happened, where it went wrong, who was involved. I love watching crime documentaries and all like murder mystery type things, and that's kind of how this book is going, which I really love. Considering I still have about like 300 to 400 pages left of this book, I'm very intrigued to see where the plotline and the storyline goes. We're following several like mysteries right now that our main characters are trying to figure out, and I don't know which one we're going to uncover first or which one I'm more excited to uncover, but I just know that when we do, it's probably going to be something pretty big. Overall, I'm really enjoying these two books, and I'm really excited to continue reading them. They probably won't be in another reading vlog, but if you want to see my final thoughts, you can go to my Goodreads, and I will have my reading up when I finish. That is it for this reading vlog. I hope to make many more of these in the future, hopefully ones that are a little bit longer than this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, then please subscribe, give it a like, do all those YouTube things that you know how to do, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys!